I'm Wendy Lurie. I'm the creator of BestGuessistan. And a lot of people have asked me, how did I get here? And there's two questions really in there. One is, what am I doing in a snowstorm in a town in Vermont that's so far north that we're 4 miles from the Canadian border? And that's a great question that I'll answer on another day. The other question is, where did BestGuessistan come from? How did that happen? So I can tell you a little bit about that. So about 3 years ago, I had an unfortunate incident with an Uber. Not the whole Uber, just the hatchback part. The driver closed the hatchback on my head as I was pulling my guitar out of the back. And I thought it was fine. I mean, cut's bleeding fine, but I thought it was fine. It took a little while for me to realize what was really going on, which was I had a traumatic brain injury. And that was confusing as fuck. And in the beginning, I didn't know what was going on. My brain was scrambled. I couldn't handle light. I couldn't handle sound. But I just kept going, kept working, kept living my complicated life, doing my high-stress job, just, like being myself. Until I started to realize that that wasn't really working. And I didn't know what was going on. Everything was confusing. Things just didn't make sense. So I did what I always do when things get confusing, which is I started to write. So I started a blog that was called Concussed CMO, which was true. I was concussed, and I was a chief marketing officer. And it was basically a way to help me make sense of what was going on. And that's all it was in the beginning. And then it became a way to kind of like let friends and family know what was going on, because it was confusing, and this is difficult, and it's unrelatable. And then I started looking at the problem through different lenses. I explored my loss of identity through marketing lenses. That was fun. And it was interesting. And the project, I don't drive this project. This project drives me. And I wrote a piece, and I had a throwaway line in there where I was talking about how no one was really sure how to fix what was wrong. And everybody was taking their best guess. And that became BestGuessistan, a world that was waiting to be created to help people like me who were living with something that was really difficult, really challenging, kind of permanent, like I said before, unrelatable. But we needed a place for us, a place that would understand what we were going through, those of us who had been through stuff like TBI, but a ton of other things that just break your life into half and leave you a different person. So I created a country. With government and ministries, and another time I'll tell you the source of the ministries because it's kind of weird and funny. But the project of BestGuessistan has really been the project of understanding what happens when systems fail, when you need them the most. And what happens if you have a place where the systems are actually designed for what you need. So piece by piece, brick by brick, I've been building BestGuessistan.